How French-style interior design adds soul and warmth to small homes. Welcome to a gentle journey through the timeless beauty of French interior design, where even the smallest home can feel warm, soulful, and effortlessly elegant. In this video, we will explore charming ideas inspired by Parisian apartments, where vintage furniture, soft neutral colors, aged wood, antique mirrors, delicate artwork, and warm lighting come together to create an atmosphere that feels both refined and deeply inviting. A small French-inspired entryway can feel instantly warm when every detail is chosen with intention. Imagine soft ivory walls, aged oak flooring, and a slender vintage console with gracefully curved legs. Above it hangs an antique gilded mirror, reflecting the gentle glow of a classic wall sconce. The French living room is not about perfection. It is about atmosphere, history, and comfort. In a compact space, a vintage velvet settee can become the centerpiece, paired with a small antique wooden coffee table featuring softly worn edges. A classic Louis-style armchair rests nearby, upholstered in a muted linen fabric. One of the easiest ways to bring French warmth into a small home is through vintage furniture. An aged wooden cabinet, a petite marble-topped side table, or a beautifully curved antique chair can instantly introduce personality. These pieces do not need to match perfectly. In fact, slight differences in wood tones, upholstery, and finishes make the room feel more authentic. A small bedroom can become a peaceful retreat with a restrained French palette and timeless vintage furnishings. Picture an antique carved wooden bed with a simple upholstered headboard, dressed in soft white linen and a warm beige throw. Beside it, a petite vintage nightstand holds a ceramic lamp and a small bouquet of dried flowers. Even the smallest dining area can feel elegant when furnished with vintage pieces. A round antique wooden table can fit neatly into a compact corner, surrounded by 2 or 4 delicate vintage cafe-style chairs. Above the table, a classic pendant light provides a warm pool of illumination during evening meals. A small framed still life painting adds artistic character to the wall, while linen napkins and simple ceramic tableware create an inviting setting. A compact kitchen can gain extraordinary character through a few vintage-inspired details. Cream cabinetry, aged brass hardware, and a small wooden work table create a warm foundation. Instead of bulky furniture, a narrow antique baker's table can provide both preparation space and visual charm. A vintage wooden stool tucked underneath keeps the floor area open. A tiny and used corner can become one of the most charming areas in a French-style home. Imagine a vintage Bergera chair upholstered in soft cream fabric, accompanied by a petite antique side table. A classic brass reading lamp casts a warm glow over the chair, while a small framed artwork rests on the nearby wall. There is no need for a large bookshelf or collection of furniture. Lighting is one of the most important ingredients in creating warmth within a small French home. Rather than relying entirely on bright overhead fixtures, use several gentle sources of illumination. A vintage brass table lamp can sit on an antique console, while a classic wall sconce illuminates a nearby painting. In the bedroom, a pair of small vintage lamps creates a soft and intimate glow. French charm can continue into even the smallest bathroom. A vintage-inspired wooden vanity with an aged finish can provide warmth against soft cream or pale stone-colored walls. Above it, an antique-style mirror with a delicate frame adds elegance without taking up floor space. Brass fixtures and a simple glass pendant contribute subtle old-world character. Warm neutrals are especially effective in compact interiors because they create visual continuity from one area to another. Soft ivory walls, creamy beige upholstery, faded taupe textiles, and warm natural wood can make a small apartment feel peaceful and spacious. Against this quiet palette, vintage furniture becomes the star. An antique walnut cabinet or a carved French armchair can introduce depth without requiring strong colors. A vintage mirror can serve both beauty and function in a small home. Imagine a tall antique mirror with a gently aged gilded frame placed opposite a window. It reflects natural light and visually extends the room while introducing an elegant Parisian detail. Beneath it, a narrow vintage console provides a graceful landing place for a ceramic vase and a small lamp. A small workspace can feel inspiring rather than purely functional when furnished with vintage pieces. A petite antique writing desk in warm wood becomes the foundation, paired with a classic vintage chair upholstered in neutral linen. Above the desk, a small framed botanical print or old landscape painting adds artistic personality. A traditional brass desk lamp provides focused light while keeping the atmosphere soft. French interiors often feel soulful because they embrace imperfection. A vintage wooden chair may show subtle marks from age, while an antique cabinet might have a slightly faded finish. These details add authenticity. In a small home, such furniture can provide more personality than perfectly coordinated modern pieces. A narrow hallway can become an elegant transition between rooms with just a few thoughtful elements. A slim antique console can hug one wall, topped with a small vintage lamp and a ceramic bowl. Above it, a framed classical artwork or aged mirror draws the eye upward. A narrow vintage bench may provide a practical place to sit without blocking circulation. Textiles can make a compact interior feel instantly warmer. Soft linen curtains, vintage-inspired cushions, woven throws, and natural cotton bedding introduce layers without overwhelming the space. Imagine a vintage settee covered in creamy linen, paired with a faded floral cushion and a softly textured throw. Nearby, an antique wooden chair adds structure and history. gives a French interior its emotional personality. A small apartment does not need a gallery wall filled with dozens of frames. One carefully chosen vintage painting above an antique console can have greater impact. Imagine an old landscape painting in a delicate gold frame placed above a petite wooden cabinet. Nearby, a vintage ceramic lamp creates a warm evening glow. When space allows, even a tiny bedroom can benefit from a miniature sitting area. A single vintage armchair positioned beside the window can create a peaceful place for morning reading. Pair it with a small antique side table and a classic table lamp. The furniture should remain delicate and proportional to the room. Soft cream upholstery and natural would maintain the serene palette, while a small framed artwork adds visual character. A tiny breakfast nook can add tremendous warmth to a compact kitchen. Consider a small vintage round table paired with two antique wooden chairs. A simple linen curtain at the nearby window softens the natural light, while a small framed botanical print introduces a touch of French countryside charm. The table does not need elaborate decoration. As evening arrives, French interiors reveal their most magical quality. The soft glow of vintage lamps illuminates aged wood furniture, antique frames, linen upholstery, and warm neutral walls. A vintage velvet chair becomes a cozy reading spot, while a small antique coffee table holds a book and a ceramic candle holder. Curtains soften the windows. The true soul of French interior design comes from creating a home that feels collected rather than manufactured. In a small Parisian-inspired apartment, every vintage piece can contribute to that story. An antique wooden table, a curved armchair, a delicate console, an aged mirror, and a softly upholstered bed can create continuity without looking overly matched.